10th sum, exercise 4.3, 10th sum, that was remaining. An express train takes 1 hour less than a passenger train to travel 132 kilometers between Mysore and Bangalore. If the average speed of the train is 11 kilometers more than the passenger train, find the average speed of both the train. Is it here passenger train, is it express train is 11 kilometers more. Average speed of express train is 11 kilometer more than the passenger train. So which is less? Passenger train. So suppose the average speed of the passenger train is x kilometers per hour, then the average speed of express train will be 11 kilometer more, means x plus 11 kilometers per hour. Is it clear? Okay. And it takes, what is given? An express train takes 1 hour less. So because of difference of the speed, it takes 1 hour less. So we have to find hour. Is it? So what time taken by the average, the express train as well as the passenger train, and because of difference of these two speed, 1 hour is less. Is it? The time is 1 hour less. So that we have to find out. Is it? So first, for that we have to suppose the average speed or the average speed of passenger train is x kilometers per hour. Therefore, the average speed of express train will be 11 kilometer more, means x plus 11 kilometer per hour. Is it? See here. Suppose the speed of a passenger train is x kilometers per hour. The speed of an express train become 11 kilometer more, means x plus 11 kilometers per hour. Now time taken by the passenger train to travel 132 km with the speed of x kilometers per hour is, what is the time? Speed upon, is it? What is the time? It is distance upon. Time taken is that t, is it? It is equal to distance upon speed. So distance is 132 km, speed is x. So the time taken by the passenger train become 132 upon x kilometers per hour. And the time taken by the passenger train to travel 132 km at a speed of x plus 11 kilometers per hour become 132 upon x plus 11 hours. According to condition of problem, because of difference of this, it takes 1 hour less. Is it? Which ratio is more here? This ratio. Is it? Here the divisor is less, here the divisor is more. So this ratio is more, this ratio is less. So we will subtract 132 upon x minus 132 upon x plus 11 is equal to 1 hour. Is it clear? So 132 upon x minus 132 upon x plus 11 is equal to 1. If we take LCM, x into x plus 1, then here it is 132 in the bracket x plus 11, and here is minus 132x is equal to 1. If you multiply 132x, then 132 into 11 is 1452 minus 132x, is it equal to 1. Okay, then 132 minus and 132 plus x will cancel out. Remaining will be 1452 is equal to, this will multiply here. So x square plus 11x. So x square plus 11x, this will come here, it will be minus. So x square plus 11x minus 1452 is equal to 0. Okay, you have to split it and get the factorize. So how will you get 11? X square plus 44x minus 33x is equal to 14520. So what we take? X plus x common. So x plus 44 minus 33 common. Sign will change inside. Will be x plus 44 is equal to 0. So x plus 44 into x minus 33 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 44 or x is equal to 33. So if you equate it to 0, x will be equal to minus 44 and x will be equal to 33. So 33, x is equal to minus 44. It is not possible. X is equal to minus 44 is not possible. So x is equal to 33. So the average speed of the passenger train is 33 kilometers per hour. So the average speed of express train will be x plus 11. X is 33. So 33 plus 11, it will be 44 kilometers per hour. The sum of the areas of two square is 468 meters square. Sum of the square of the sum of areas of two square is 468 meters square. If the difference of the perimeter is 24 meter, find the sides of a square. So from perimeter we have to find the sides. That is understood. Is it? If x is a side, then perimeter is 4 into x. If 4x is a perimeter, what will be the side? Side will be x. So if you want to move from perimeter to the side, we must divide it by 4. Similarly, suppose if you want to move from side to perimeter, we are multiplying by 4. And if you have to move from perimeter to the square, to the side of the square, then it should be divided by the 4. This is only the difference in this side. So, suppose the side of one square is x meter. So, perimeter of the small square become 4 into the sides. So, 4x meter square. Now, perimeter of the bigger square minus perimeter of the small square is 24. It is given. Is it? So, perimeter of the bigger square will be bigger square. Here, perimeter of the smaller square is 4x. Is it? Perimeter of bigger square we have to find. So, we will write it as it. So, perimeter of the bigger square minus perimeter of the smaller square is 4x is equal to 24. Is it? So, what will be the perimeter of bigger square? So, perimeter of the bigger square, this minus will move on that side. It will become plus. So, the perimeter of the bigger square will be 24 plus 4x. Is it? Meter. Now, from the perimeter, we have to find side. If you want to find from the perimeter to the sides, you must divide it by 4. So, side of a bigger square is 24 plus 4x divided by 4. If you take 4 common and cancel it, 4 from up you take it common, so it will be 6x plus x. Okay, and 4 will cancel out. Then what we get here, it is 6 plus x. So what is the side of a bigger square? We got a side of a bigger square is x plus 6. So according to condition of problem, the square of these two squares, is it? What is given to us is that the difference of the sum of the area of the areas of the two square is 468 meter. What is the side of one square? Small square is x, and what we got a side of bigger square, x plus 6. Sum means addition and square of it. Sum of the sides of the square is equal to sum of the areas of the sides of a square is 468. So side is x, side of a smaller square is x, area will be x square. So x square. Sum means plus. Then what is a side of a bigger square? X plus 6. So square of it will be x plus 6 whole square is equal to 468. If you open the bracket, x square a plus b whole square. What is a plus b whole square? A square plus 2ab plus b square. Z square 36 plus 2ab, 2 into 6 into x, that is 12x plus x square is equal to 468. Is it? X square plus x square is 2x square plus 12x plus 36 is equal to 468. Then 468 you bring it inside, you will get 2x square plus 12x plus 36 minus 468 is equal to 0. Then what we get here? 2x square plus 12x minus 432 is equal to 0. If we take 2 common, it will be divided with 0 by 2 is 0. So we get inside is x square plus 6x minus 216 is equal to 0. But to factorize it, what is the factor of it? 18 and 12. 18 plus 18 minus 12 will give you 6. So from first two bracket we'll take x common. So x plus 18 minus 12 x plus 18 is equal to 0. Okay. So x plus 18 or x minus 12 is equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 18 or x is equal to 12. X is equal to minus 18 is not possible. So x is equal to 12. So if x is 12, then the another sides will be 6x plus x plus 6, you can say x plus 6. So it will be 12 plus 6, it will be 18 meter. So the side of smaller square is 12 meter and the side of the bigger square is 18 meter. Now before starting exercise 4.4, let's start with some basic things. We know that what is the quadratic equation? It is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is a coefficient of x, a is a coefficient of x square, b is a coefficient of x, and c is constant. Is it? Then first you have to find the determinant d. D is equal to called determinant. Determinant is equal to b square minus 4ac. Okay? Is it? If d, nature, if d is less than 0, roots are not possible. Okay? This is d, determinant. If d is equal to 0, the roots are equal. We can say the roots are real, R-E-A-L, okay, and equal. Is it? And when d is greater than 0, the roots are real and distinct. Okay. How is that? X is equal to, after that finding nature of the root, we have to find the value root also, alpha and beta, minus b plus minus root d upon 2a. If it is less than 0, this will be minus root. Minus of root cannot be taken, therefore it is written as, suppose it is like this. For example, we'll take x is equal to minus b plus minus root minus 12 upon 2a. Minus 12 of root is not possible, therefore we are writing is the roots are not possible. Second case, when d is equal to 0, we said that the roots are real and equal. How? When the d is become 0 here, put 0 here. So x will be equal to minus b plus minus 0 upon 2a, or what we can say, x is equal to minus b upon 2a. So therefore both the root alpha and beta, this will become 0. So what left with, both the root will be same, and therefore it is written that the roots are real and equal. Is it? And if it is suppose d is become greater than 0, we'll take that d is suppose d is 2. So what we say, x is equal to minus b plus minus root 2 upon 2a. Is it? So in that case, what is it become? There will be two roots, one with plus and other will be with minus sign. So minus b minus root 2 upon 2. Is it? Got it? This will be one with the plus. So minus b plus root 2 upon 2a, and another will be b. X is equal to minus b. This is minus b minus root 2 upon 2. So there will be two roots, and therefore it is written that when the root delta discrimination is greater than 0, the roots are real and distinct. When d is equal to 0, each of them, this becomes 0. So we are left with only minus b upon 2a, and therefore the roots are real and equal. And when it is minus, the root of minus is cannot be taken out, of root of any number, minus sign cannot be taken out because it is a complex number, therefore it is not possible. So this is introduction. Is it? Let's take one example if you want. Comparing with the quadratic equation, a is 2, b is minus 3, c is 5. So b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. So 3 square minus 4 into 2 into 5, that is 40 minus 31. Minus 31 is less than 0. So the roots, so no real root exist. Okay, fine. Second, if a is equal to 3, b is equal to minus, here a is equal to 3, b is equal to minus 4 root 3, c is equal to 4. B square minus 4 is equal to 0. So 4 minus 4 root 3 whole square. 4 4 is 16. 16 into 3, 48. 4 4 is 16. 16 3 is 48. So it is 0. So roots are real and equal. Is it? Roots are real and equal. So we find out this is can be written as D. We already found out this one. So in place of this we can write it as D. Discrimination. So alpha is equal to b plus minus alpha, or we can say x here. X. See? So x is equal to minus plus minus b plus minus root d upon 2a. So minus of minus, b is minus, so minus of minus will become plus. So 4 root 3 plus this is whole term will become 0 because d is 0 upon 2 into 3, a is 3, so 2 3 is a 6. So x is equal to, now you see there will be only one value, x 2 by root 3. What is 4 root 3? 6. So what is 2 3 is a 6? Is it? Here 2 3 is a 6. From here also you can say 2. What is 3? Root 3 into root 3. So 1 root 3 will cancel out, 2 will cancel out. So what will get? X is equal to 2 by root 3. And here there is no plus minus because this expression becomes 0. So each root, alpha and beta, both will be equal to 2 about 2 upon root 3. Is it clear? Example, you will understand. 2x square minus 6x plus 6, 3 is equal to 0. So a is equal to 2, b is equal to minus 6, c is equal to 3. b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. So b is minus 6 square is plus, so 6 is 36. 4, a is 2, c is 3. So 3 2 is 6, 6 4 is 24. If you subtract it, you will get 12. 12 is greater than 0. So by the nature, d is greater than 0. This is called discrimination. D is greater than 0. So two distinct root. Okay, two distinct root and the roots are real. Okay, the roots are real and distinct, we can say. So you can find minus b, that is minus of minus 6 plus minus root 12 upon 2 into 2, 4. What is root 12? 4 into 3. So 2 root 3. Now this is, if you can take 2 common, so what will get? Root 3 plus minus 3 plus minus root 3. So alpha is equal to 3 plus minus root 3 upon 2. So there will be two values. One with 3 plus root 3 upon 2 and second will be 3 minus root 3 upon 2. So there are two different values. So therefore the roots are real and distinct when d is greater than 0.